The untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing game's been missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, we haven't done one of these in a very long time. I can't even tell you the last time I did one of these, but we're gonna do one of ththese because I do enjoy these videos and I do enjoy talking about prospects, up-and-coming fighters, putting people on game to fighters they may not know about or are not aware of yet, but they will be in the future. In this particular video, we're going to talk about a fighter that I saw recently. He fought on the Nakatani versus Lomachenko undercard last month, and he absolutely blew me away. He blew me away. And I even went as far as to say that I haven't been this excited about seeing a fighter, an unknown fighter, on an undercard since I first saw Josh Taylor many years ago. And we know what happened to Josh Taylor. I put you guys on game to Josh Taylor. And then I think from what if this guy keeps fighting the way he fought in his pro debut, and from what I've seen in his amateur fights, and he keeps developing and getting better, I'm gonna talk about him the way I talk about Josh Taylor, and that's a Japanese fighter, a Japanese prospect, 122-pound prospect, coming to you live and direct from Japan. His name is Subaru Murata. Subaru Murata, a 122-pound prospect. He just fought. He won his pro debut with a knockout, and looked sensational doing it. So what can we tell you about Subaru Murata? Well, that's what we're here to do. That's what we're gonna do. So Subaru Murata is a fighter that is signed to Take In Promotions. Take In Promotions, if you guys don't know, is a very big, popular promotional company out in Japan. It's like the biggest promotional company you can sign to in Japan. It's like, you know, Chocolatito has been promoted by them, Jorge Linares. So they've got some skin in the game when it comes to promoting. So they're good people to be with if you're a Japanese fighter. So you know, that's already a good sign for Subaru right there. Early in his life, Subaru Murata, before he started boxing, long before he started boxing, he actually took up karate. He was very much into karate, and that you can kind of see how karate helps a guy like Subaru Murata, because, you know, when you do enough karate, and I'm speaking as somebody who did a little bit of karate. When I say a little bit, I mean like, yeah, a little bit, maybe like a year of karate. Speaking as someone who did a little bit of karate, and just I know enough about it to know that when you stay in karate long enough, it helps you develop those very fast twitch muscles. And Subaru Murata has those fast twitch muscles. His speed is very, very good, especially as somebody who fights as a southpaw. So, you know, good sign there. As an amateur, you know, was pretty well accomplished despite having a short amateur career. In 2014, he captured the 2014 AIBA Youth World Championships. He defeated fellow 122-pound prospect who's also undefeated, Lee McGregor. Lee McGregor, another fighter coming up through the ranks right now who's solid. Subaru beat him. In 2018, Subaru Murata actually wound up winning the award for excellent fighter. It was awarded to the best amateur fighter in Japan. He won all the major tournaments in his weight class in Japan. Did his damn thing. And when his professional reign came to a close, when they put a close on his not professional career, his amateur career, when his amateur career was done, he compiled a record of 68-12. So not a long amateur career, which I think is a good thing. A lot of times people put a lot of stake into fighters having 300, 400 amateur fights, and I used to be that way. But after being around fighters and seeing fighters that have 80 amateur fights, and how that affects them going into the pros, as opposed to someone who has like 200 amateur fights, you know, there's a lot less wear and tear on the body. So that's a good thing. I look at it as a good thing. The best way I could describe Subaru Murata's style is that he's an aggressive southpaw. An aggressive southpaw with good speed, respectable power, very fast twitch muscles, and someone that's just very exciting to watch. You know, I think he needs to work on his defense a little bit, and I think with time and some seasoning in the pros and experience in the pros, I think that's something that will improve, because he has professional fighters traits. And what I mean by that is, like, he has the traits of somebody that will be successful as a professional fighter. You know, you see him in there, he's always thinking, looking for his next move, trying to set up his next punch. So I like what I'm seeing from Subaru Murata. And I think I don't really say this too often, but like I told you guys, this out of all the fighters, I watch a lot of boxing. I watch a lot of boxing, whether it's American boxing, British boxing, Japanese boxing, Australian boxing, and I make sure when I watch boxing shows that I watch the entire show. I watch the undercards, I watch the preliminaries, because you just never know who you're watching. You never know who you're gonna run into. You never know on the undercard who might be that next superstar, that next great fighter in boxing. You just never know who you're watching. And it's been a long time. Like I can't. I had to go all the way back to when I first saw Josh Taylor to really remember getting this excited about a fighter I had no clue about that fought on the undercard. And I think Subaru Murata. I know it's early. I know he's 1-0, but you can just look at the talent he has, the skill set he has, his conditioning. The traits he has in the ring. If he develops properly, I don't see why this young fighter couldn't be a world champion. And I think he will become a world champion. Right now, 122, it's a very interesting division. There's a lot of fantastic fighters. But I think by the time he gets to the top, a lot of the guys that we know of in the division, like Angelo Leo and Stephen Fulton and Mirja Akhmadaliev, those guys won't be there. So right now in this video, I'm looking to the future of 122. Who are some of the guys at 122 that you're looking at that could really make some waves in the pros? And this guy right here is a guy that I think is gonna make a lot of noise and a lot of waves in the pros. So remember that name, Subaru Murata. Potentially the next world champion coming to you straight out of Japan. So yeah, man, that's my little synopsis on him. Be on the lookout for him. I'll definitely be covering his fights and his career as he progresses here on True School Sports. Make sure you guys like this video, comment on this video, subscribe to the channel if you're new to these parts. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys.